afternoon. It's Becky with Bee Mom. And like I told you last week, we're doing berries. We're gonna make 2 dishes with berries, and they basically have a lot of the same ingredients. The only one that is not in both is the oatmeal. But we're gonna put berries, sweetener, non-fat yogurt, a little bit of milk, or if you have almond milk or oat milk, whatever you want, we're keeping it low carb, low fat, so for me, I'm just gonna add a little bit. This is whole milk, I'm just gonna add a little bit of it, but if you have non-fat milk or almond milk, preferably unsweetened, because you're gonna add your own sweetener, or oat milk, then it'll be low fat. So that's what these recipes are today. The other thing is not going in both is the spinach. And so I will show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 2 different things I'm gonna tell you about. So we're gonna make a smoothie, and we'll get that all dumped in, and then I'll show you how it's all dumped in. Then another one we're gonna dump in and use these same ingredients. We're gonna make an overnight oat thing, and that'll just sit in the fridge until tomorrow. And so I'll show you how we do that. And these are some good things. Now let me tell you a little bit about the Greek yogurt. Has a whole lot of protein in it. I recommend Greek yogurt, the thick one, because it does. That's the one with a lot of protein. This one has, for 2/3 of a cup, which each one of ours is gonna have about 2/3 of a cup. That is 16 grams. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying 16 grams of protein. So that's a lot of protein. Then the other one we add, I like, because it also adds a peanut butter flavor, which again, you can add to both. This also has 8 grams, and that's 2 tablespoons, which we're gonna add 1 heaping to each one, and that kind of works out to about 1.5 to 2. And so that's PB powder, and that'll go in both. So I will show you. It's very quick and simple. When we get this out tomorrow morning, I'll show it to you. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna set this aside because I put it in a plastic container. So I have that. Set that over there. We're gonna start with a couple of items that don't go in both so that you can see. And we'll start with our oatmeal, and we'll put our oatmeal in. And my absolute favorite thing to put in this is almond milk with it, but I don't have almond milk today. But like I said, any other kind of milk is just fine. That's 2 heaping, 3 heaping, 4 heaping. And it's just a little bit, if you like it more oaty, you can add more, so I'm gonna add just 1 more. And for this, I'm using old-fashioned oats because it's gonna sit overnight. So that'll soften those oats up. So there is that. Now, that is for the oats. For this side, now if you'll notice, this spinach, if you can see, is not pretty. And that's okay, because it's going in the blender. So we're gonna take from the part that's on the other side, and we're gonna put a little bit of spinach in there. When you cook it, it gets like this. So it's not bad for you to eat it like that. If you don't like mushy spinach, then hang on to it. Or have an area out, you know, in the back in a hidden area, you can put this out. If you dig a small hole, you can put it in and cover it up with some dirt and start composting. That works well for fruits and vegetables that you have leftover things for. That's pretty much all I'd do with it, fruits and vegetables, or like coffee grounds. So you can do that. All right, so we have our oats, we have our spinach for our smoothie. The rest of it goes in all of it. So we're gonna take our monk fruit or stevia or sugar if you like that, but I would suggest raw sugar or honey or agave instead. But I have to be careful about my sugar, so I am using a healthy sweetener. So I'm putting 1 scoop in. Now, this isn't necessary. The other thing you can add to this, since we're doing low fat, it's okay if it's got carbs in it. So you can add like a banana to it, and that sweetens it up beautifully, and it's delicious. So let me move these things as I use them. Oops. I'm gonna put the wet things last so I can use my spoon for the dry things. And we have our peanut butter. Let's see. I'm heaping peanut butter. You can find this in the peanut butter aisle. It doesn't have to be, this is the official brand, but a lot of people make defatted or powdered peanut butter, and you can get that, I think they have it called something different maybe at Aldi, but Target, at your local grocery store, you can get all of those things. Now we're going to add our little bit of milk, and see, for this, since I'm trying to go low fat, I'm just adding a little bit, like a splash. So it's about a tablespoon or 2, that's it. But then what we'll do is, for our non-fat yogurt, we will add extra of that. So we put that all in. You could measure it if you wanted, but it's not necessary. And with these kinds of things, since you're not cooking them, at least not right away, then there's no reason to measure it. We have left, yum yum, is the berries. All right. And this is why we are doing this, so we can learn how to use berries better. All right. I have frozen, and so this is good. I like it because I like my smoothies really, really cold. And so I like to use frozen berries because they help with that. You could throw a couple ice cubes in too. If you want to use fresh berries, you could throw a couple ice cubes in too, and that works great. But otherwise, we like our frozen berries. So we'll put some of those in. Now, let me show you. See, I did not go to the, I go just below the tippy top, and if I push on it, see, we can, whoop, my berry fell. We can get it down a little lower. And for this one, we'll put this in here. Now I'm gonna add, let me show you, a little bit of water. I'm gonna add it to this one just to really let that oatmeal get moist, you know, put moisture in it. So a little bit of water, and that's, if you can see where the water level is there? It's about right here. Okay, that's where the water level is, but the whole oatmeal is covered up. So now what I'm going to do is take this and shake it up, and then I'm going to pop this in the fridge till tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow morning, when I pull this out, I have two choices. I can eat it cold like it is. A lot of people like to do that. Personally, I like my oatmeal warm. So I'm gonna get a small pan and put it in the pan and warm it up in the pan and take care, you know, take care to pay attention. And throughout the day, you know, every couple hours or so, I'll come in, open the fridge and give it another shake. So this all shook up. So there's that. We've got more water. This one needs a little bit extra to be fluid. So I'm gonna put more in. Believe it or not, that extra water does not mess up the flavor. So I'm gonna take this over to my blender and we will mash it up, and then I will show you what it looks like, and I'm gonna pop this in my fridge. Got that. Now what I like to do, just I think it makes it mix easier, is shake it up. I don't know, I like shaking. All right, so we have one of those fancy dancy like ninja things. My dear husband bought it for me. So when you, it makes a lot of noise when you mix it up. Let me show you. Oop, made a little bit of a mess. All right, I'll set this aside over here so we can rinse it out. I always rinse it out right away. Saves on extra cleaning. And look how nice that is. It's like a berry shake. And notice something else too. Remember we put that spinach in? Where is it? I don't see it. So if you don't like vegetables, get them berries in there, because where'd that spinach go? You don't know. Doesn't even taste like it. And the sweetness helps with that too. It also works, if you don't mind the green look, it also works with apple juice, pineapple juice, but because they don't have a strong color, it's gonna look green. But this one, because it's got berries in it. So there's that. And there is my smoothie. Low fat with plenty of protein. So that'll help you. This is about 150 calories. So that's what that is. Tomorrow morning when I warm up my oatmeal, I'll show you that. It is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon where I live, and this is good. I can have this. I usually have about half for a snack, and I got the other half for another snack later. And so since the whole thing's only about 150 calories and it fills you up, it really does, especially because of that yogurt that's in it. I had a dear friend who knows about nutrition. He said that was a slow release protein, so it keeps you full over time. Alrighty, so this is our number 1 of berries. Next week we'll do another one, and then we will do some other things. Next week we will try to do a low carb one with a little extra fat in it and some protein to make things like that. And I'll show you how we do that next week and make oatmeal overnight. You can put it all together. You know, I put it in the fridge. It's gonna sit there overnight. You don't have to. You can put it all together. You can dump it in your pan and eat it now. It's totally up to you. The berry one, because let me take a peek at the oats here to tell you. All right, we put in about a half cup. So about a half cup of dried oats is 150 calories. So the berry one, since it had a lot of the same ingredients, this is 150. So you got to add another 150 calories. So that's if you eat the whole thing, it's a 300 calorie breakfast. So there you go. This is helpful. You can subscribe if you like these kind of things, easy, quick things made with interesting ingredients. Then just click that like button. Tell me down below if you have something in particular. If you say, hey, can you make a nice a low carb thing with this kind of thing? Is it possible to make a low fat thing with this kind of thing? Something like that. You ask those in the comments, and that way it'll give me a good direction of how we can make some more healthy things. And one of the things we're gonna try to do with most of our videos is make sure we're using plenty of fruits and vegetables, because that's really the most helpful thing, especially if you're like me, relearning how to eat so that you can lose weight and then stay healthy throughout your life. Loading in those extra fruits and vegetables is going to be a big help with that. And like I said, categorizing it out, some meals you have a carb, some meals you have a fat. Alrighty, thanks for joining me. Good morning. We got coffee. We got other coffee. I like it different than hubby does. And then we got, hold on, that's why I'm filming. And looky.